presented by the Congress President Srimati Sonia Gandhi and the former Congress President Sri Rahul Gandhi, after hearing about the farmer distress in Serinapalli, especially a case of Serinapalli farmer who burned his crop out of distress. His name is Mr. Lakshmi Narayan. He was working earlier in the Middle East. He had come back after he lost his job in Kuwait because of the uncertainties and the COVID issues in those countries. He thought of coming back and getting involved in farming in his traditional village. But as the situation in Telangana is, the KCR government is controlling and directing the farmers as to what they should do, what they should sow, what crop they should cultivate without any scientific study. The feedback from the farmers and the reality shows that these restrictions have been brought in by the Chandrasekhar Rao government to favor the mill owners and traders. This is not at all in the interest of farming community. The farmers have been getting less crop. They have to invest heavily in pesticides. In total, or in short, if I should say, it is becoming a huge losing proposition for the farmers of the state. The government is least bothered, the Chandrasekhar Rao government is least bothered about the plight of the farmers. Srimati Sonia Gandhi ji, who took the wise decision to allot Telangana. KCR gave the promise of golden Telangana. The reality is, in whose name he came to power, the farmers and the common people, they are in dire distress. He has no time to look into the problems of the farming community, for he spends most of his time in farmhouses. He does not even go to the secretariat. He meets only the powerful business lobbies and corporate houses and big contractors. Everything is done in the name of farmers and the common man. Irrigation projects worth thousands of crores are implemented, and mind-boggling amounts are siphoned out from these contractors. The kind of corruption that is happening in Telangana is unprecedented. It is not seen in any other state in India. The common man feels the government of the day is by the corporates and for the corporates and for the rich man. Tons of money is being spent for election purpose. Tons of money is being pumped into the election process. Why I want to mention it, recently the Dubbaka elections got over. I understand the ruling party has spent more than 50 crores of rupees. Where is this money coming from? To the best of my understanding, KCR was one person who used to move in a small old Bajaj not so long ago. And this man is spending hundreds of crores for election purposes. Where is it coming from? Big business houses and corporates. So you cannot blame him. Those are the houses which is paying him and supporting him. So he is playing to their tune. Similar is the case in New Delhi. The Bada Bhai, he is Chota Bhai. Chota Bhai or Chota Chor, whatever it is. His bigger brother is there in Delhi. You all must be aware 3 bills have been brought in, agricultural, related to farming. I am also a fairly educated person. I try to read the name of that bill. That itself is 1 page. This is just to make things complicated. Just to make things complicated, few bills have been brought in with big names as if it is for the welfare of the farmers. The crux of the matter is, once the bill has been passed in the Lok Sabha without even sending it to the consultative committee, they have mastered the art of creating confusion and ruckus in parliament, and in the midst of ruckus, they pass the bill. This is something, this has become the style and norm of the Narendra Modi government. Mr. Madhu Yashki ji was the member of parliament during the Congress regime. He knows important bills are referred to the consultative committee for detailed study. Nothing is happening. In such a crucial bill and farmers issue, the bill has been passed without any discussion or without any study by the consultative committee. Now this is something which is affecting millions and millions of our farmers. Now what is the crux of the bill? Firstly, it will remove the minimum support price. The Congress demanded, okay, if you want to pass this high-fly bills, at least introduce a clause of minimum support price. They are not willing. They are not willing. Secondly, the mandi system. That is where the farmers feel confident to take their produce to the local mandi and sell. He wants to abolish that. Why? He says that so that farmers can sell anywhere. Do you think a farmer from here will be able to, from this rural area, will be able to take his agriculture produce to, say, Tamil Nadu or Kerala? No. Who will be able to do that? Only large corporates. This is to, all these measures have been taken to support large business houses like Ambani's and Adani's. It is a very unfortunate situation in the country, and especially for a state like Telangana, where the governments both at the state and the center are anti-farmer and pro-corporate. We are not, the Congress party is not against corporates. We are there, we are for a mixed economy. Large industries have to come, but not at the cost of the poor and marginal farmers. This is what we are opposing. Nationwide, the Congress government is organizing a signature campaign against this. In the state of Telangana, we are organizing a campaign against the anti-farmer and anti-agricultural policies of the TRS government also. So all across the state, in all the districts, in all the mandals, we are collecting thousands and thousands of signatures to be submitted to the President of India for the withdrawal of the 3 anti-farmer bills, and to the Governor of Telangana to instruct her government to convince him to be pro-farmer, to come out with pro-farmer policies and to stop his anti-farmer policies. So this is the purpose for which, the primary reason why I came is I was instructed after hearing the sad plight. Imagine a farmer burning his produce. Just imagine his mental state. Pathetic. These are tears in his eyes. I'm telling you, even if we don't do that, curse of the farmer will destroy this government. Curse of the farmers of Telangana is going to pull down this government. Such is the arrogance. What is happening in Telangana? Open corruption. I think it's a responsibility as much as the principal opposition party. Press is the fourth pillar. You are the fourth estate. It is a responsibility of the press also to highlight the kind of corruption. Even the money given during election time, KCR is not giving it out of his old Bajaj scooter. It is the corrupt money that has been looted from, siphoned off from the system. The press should highlight these corruption aspects. I'm not talking about the Congress party, don't. We as a principal opposition party are doing.
మన మాజీ ఎంపీ ఏఐసి సెక్రటరీ గారు అయినటువంటి మధు యాష్కి అన్న గారు సీర్నపల్లిలో జరిగినటువంటి
మార్పు కూడా అవసరమే. అంటే 5 సంవత్సరాల నుంచి వారు కూడా ఉన్నారు. అది కాంగ్రెస్ అధినాయకత్వం నిర్ణయం తీసుకుంటుంది. కొత్తగా వచ్చిన ఇన్ఛార్జ్ యొక్క బాధ్యత. ఇక్కడ సెక్రటరీ గారు ఉన్నారు. వీళ్ళ యొక్క రిపోర్టు సెక్రటరీ అండ్ ఇన్ఛార్జ్ జనరల్ సెక్రటరీతో కలిసి తదుపరి చర్య పార్టీ బలోపేతం చేయడంలో పార్టీ నాయకత్వం మార్పు అవసరమా, చేర్పు అవసరమా, అది కేంద్ర నాయకత్వ ఆదేశాలతోటి తదుపరి చర్యలు ఉంటాయి. ఎన్నికల కొరకే కాకుండా ఇవాళ కింది స్థాయి వరకు శ్రీనివాస్ కృష్ణన్ ఇక్కడికి రావడం కూడా పెద్ద సభలు కాకుండా నేను కింది స్థాయి వర్కర్లని, జిల్లా నాయకులని ప్లస్ ఫీల్డ్లోకి వెళ్ళాలని చెప్పి వారు కోరడం జరిగింది. అందుకే మా జిల్లా అధ్యక్షుని మోహన్ రెడ్డి గారిని కూడా వారు మీరు సభలు పక్కన పెట్టండి, భూపతి రెడ్డి గారు కూడా అక్కడ చెప్పి ఫీల్డ్లోకి వెళ్ళి రైతులను కలుద్దామని చెప్పి కోరడం జరిగింది. సో కాంగ్రెస్ పార్టీ ఎస్ కష్టంలో కాలంలో ఉంది ఇక్కడ తెలంగాణలో కానీ దేశంలో. కానీ ఇప్పుడు బీహార్ ఎన్నికలలో కూడా కాంగ్రెస్ పార్టీ యొక్క అలయన్స్ ఆర్జేడీ కాంగ్రెస్ అలయన్స్ కూడా అధికారానికి రాబోయే సూచనలు కనబడతా ఉన్నాయి. మరి ఫలితాలు కూడా అమెరికాలో కూడా మా మోదీ గారికి అనుంగా మిత్రుడైన ట్రంప్ గారు ఓడిపోవడం కూడా ఖాయంగా కనబడతా ఉన్నది. ఇవన్నీ కూడా ఒక నూతన మార్పుకు పరిణామంగా కనబడతా ఉన్నాయి.